Yeah, I mean, the second half was, it slowed down quite a bit, but I just feel like it needed to. The power play guys and penalty kill guys needed a chance just to talk about position, especially penalty kill, right? You have to be in the right position. You have to read off of each other and have the right spots covered, and so it slowed down a little bit. It was good for the power play guys just to work five guys and talk about what they wanted to do and brought it together to put power play against penalty kill at the end. So it slowed down a little bit. It's, you know, it's, you're out on the ice, you're not moving like you are in the first 45 minutes. The goalies aren't getting the reps, but it has to get done, and so that's the beauty of having the day's practice that we have right now, is that we can take the time and get this done, and now go back and watch practice on video and cut that up a little bit. So I'm glad you're okay though.
It looks like, you're pretty much down to what it's going to be as far as the roster is concerned. You have a few days, so I guess you could have waited, but was it important to you to get down? I guess you're confident enough in everybody's health and all that.
Yeah, I mean, right now we feel good about where we're at and the players that we have here. It happens at some point. When it happens is the cleaner you can keep it, the more reps that the players get. You put them into lines and situations that they're playing with people that they could possibly be starting the year with, or they're not sitting out a rep because there's extra players here. And so, yeah, you're right, we're down in the numbers, but the numbers make it more manageable for practice to be more efficient.
A lot of the veterans, we knew obviously who was going to be here, but Cooley's one of the guys who it seems like really kind of kicked down the door this camp. So what would you say about what he did to make this team?
He was noticeable all the time. He was noticeable in practice. He was noticeable in the games. I like his speed. I like his physicality. He generated a lot of offense. He scored goals. He put pucks to the net. He could have scored a few more. He's a big presence out there, and so he did a lot of things, and he did them consistently through camp, and earned himself this opportunity.
Now, with him and a lot of the veteran guys you have, I mean, how do you envision it? Is it going to be somewhat of a rotation? Could it be matchup based? Who gets in the lineup every night? How do you see that playing out?
I think that I can't speak for games 3 or 6 or 7. I mean, things change all the time, and so, for me right now, he's earned himself a position to be in the lineup.
Can you tell us about Laugh?
Yeah.
Is he okay?
Yep. Yeah, he was out there this morning. He'll probably. I'm thinking that he'll return to us tomorrow, and then from there we'll see how he does and how he is.
Peter, what do you think of the camp that he's had?
I think that his camp and a lot of people's camp have gotten better as camp's gone on. I still think that there's a pause offensively. Defensively, like I said, it's been good. I'm sure that there's a lot of guys that would like to have more of an offensive impact in the game, and Laugh's probably one of them. And I think that will come through time and come with repetition and just understanding the pace and the speed and the identity in which we want to play with. So, I thought everybody worked hard. I thought he worked hard. Didn't get off offensively probably as much as our group would like, but I think that he and the rest of the group are working at that.
How did Phil look to you?
He looked good to me. Yeah, he was in no contact, but you wouldn't have known anything was wrong. He looked really good.
With Laugh,
You wouldn't have known anything had been wrong. Let me reword that.
with Laugh, is any of that you're touching on? Is part of that making the adjustment to the offhand side, or do you think it's just like a natural buildup of getting ready for the season?
Again, from a standpoint of an impact, I'm looking for a lot more impact from everybody. We talk about him, but everybody from an offensive standpoint, I'm looking for more from, and so I don't want to isolate him when everybody needs to find a way to dial in a little bit more offensively, bear down a little bit more speed, a little bit more attitude, a little bit more directness at their net. And so I think that everybody will get up to speed.
How have you liked Zack Jones?
I liked him. I thought he had a good camp. I thought his last game was really good. I thought he and Gus played really well together. He made a lot of good plays, made the right decisions. I thought that they controlled the game when they were on the ice. I thought he had a good camp.
You talking about your PK rotation, I guess, just getting used to it. some of the guys who came in as veterans or veteran PKers, but you have Zibanejad and Fryer who've
Right.
been doing it
Right.
a long time. Do you have a feeling about their minutes and whether you want to?
Yeah, and so, I mean, we watched that a little bit in the back-to-back game. You know, we made sure that, you know, guys that are veteran players, that they didn't have to do both, and plus we're still evaluating and looking. And I think that when it comes down to, you know, Dan Muse and I will sit down and we'll talk about the pairs and who's gonna be part of that rotation and what the schedule looks like. I think that all factors into it. It's better to have more penalty killers than not enough, and so the fact that we have quite a few options is a good thing.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.